I'm gonna show you how to fix your droopy, saggy man tits. This is something I help multiple men with every single year. Is like, they come to me and they're like, Chris, my chest is saggy, it's loose, it's droopy, the skin doesn't hold tight. Like, I want those pecs that you always show where you take that photo and like it's like sitting a Coke can up on top of, like, I want that meat up around my collarbone. And there's a lot of reasons why that look happens to guys. And the most common, number one rule is you're just simply too fat. And I know that's not maybe a politically correct answer, but it's the truth. If you're carrying a bunch of fat, no matter who you are, your chest is just gonna look droopy and saggy. It's the truth. Anytime guys get lean, a lot of times that may fix the issue. It just might. I've had guys come to me in the off season, they're a little too much out of shape, and then we lean out for a show and it completely fixes itself. So what you have to be cognizant of is where your body fat percentage is. And if you notice, any of my guys that work with me long term, I never let them get above 12% body fat. You just don't need it. Not to put on muscle optimally. You don't feel good, you don't look good, your confidence is shit, and it doesn't give you any more strength performance for the most part. So you're just simply too fat is reason number one. Number two, and listen, I've been guilty of this one like crazy, you're simply too skinny. You don't have enough meat, enough muscle on your chest. And what that's gonna require is years of training in the gym, of hard, solid chest training, and then going home and eating food like you have never seen people eat food before, meaning eating like a bodybuilder, 5, 6, 7 meals a day, eating protein 50 to 70 grams at a serving, carbs at every meal, fat at almost every meal except post-lift. Like, if you wanna put on lean muscle tissue, you have to eat, and you have to pair that with hard, consistent training. Now, something else that I found over this last year that a lot of people do that are in this too skinny category is they think, oh man, like I'm gonna do high frequency for chest. I'm gonna hit it 3 times a week. Guess what? That is not the answer either, guys. For the most part, if you're way too skinny, 1 chest workout a week is all you freaking need. I'm telling you, 1, you heard it, 1. 4 to 5 exercises max for most of you out there. Now, if you're more on the advanced side and your rest of your body is blown out but your chest is lagging, then I'd start to look and recommend 2 different things. You fix your form, or 2, you need to add a second chest day as pump style into your routine. So that's really not, it's getting away from what point number 2 is you're too skinny. So at the most, I'm gonna train chest twice a week. For most guys who are too skinny, once a week is all you're gonna need. Number 3 mistake, and you train or have too much mid to low pec. So these kind of marry themselves in my mind, right? Like, so there's a lot of guys out there who have really good, like, hang to the bottom portion of their chest, but they lack the meat up around their collarbone to kind of give them that shelf. So what happens is when you really blow off that lower pec, it makes your chest tend to look a little bit droopy or saggy. So guess what that means? If that was me, I would simply get away from every single decline and flat barbell, dumbbell, machine pressing movement on the freaking planet. I wouldn't do dips, none of that mess. I'm gonna do all upper chest every time I train chest. And here's a little secret for you guys. For 5 years of training with John, that's all I did was upper chest. So if he wrote in there decline press, I did incline press. If we're a decline machine, I did an incline machine. Everything I did was geared towards building that meat up around my collarbone, and it worked. And it forced me to get good at feeling that upper chest. Now I know it's gonna piss a lot of people in the science community off. They're like, oh, you can't feel upper chest. That's bullshit. I can. And clients that have been experienced bodybuilders with me can do that. You can watch them fire their chest from top to bottom. If that was physically impossible, you wouldn't be able to do that. But they're trying to tell you to be super smart. Oh, Chris, the pec inserts here and inserts here. Oh, I don't care, I'm telling you. I can feel my upper chest. That feels dead. This is tight as hell. So, upper chest movements are the key there. It's gonna raise that chest, give you all that meat up around your collarbone. So when you wear like a V-neck shirt, a tank top, you can see that stuff bulging out of your chest. And it looks fucking awesome, which is why I have that look. I love it, I wanted it, I acquired it. So that's reason number 3. All right, next up, poor exercise selection and sequencing. So what do I mean by that? Whatever you're doing right now that's giving you that saggy chest look, you have to turn it on its head. It's just the truth. So if you're starting with flat barbell press, you gotta change that. Get on the incline dumbbell press, get on the incline hammer strength, get on the incline barbell. You have to do something different. The rep ranges that you're training in, like you may have to change that. Maybe you're in the 6 to 12 range. Maybe we need to look at the 12 to 15 range. Maybe we need to look at intensity versus volume, or volume versus intensity. Whatever you're doing, you have to do the opposite. If it's not working, you have to throw it away. You have to look at your form, film your sets, see what, like literally go shirtless or with a tank top and watch the muscle firing when you're doing your pressing or your flies. If this portion is dead, you have to fix that. And you have to address that through exercise selection and order and sequencing. So you must play around with that. A lot of times for guys like that are heavy and good pressers, there are a lot of like front delt and tricep dominant, especially lower pec dominant, because they've done a lot of flat benching in their life. Which, hey, if you feel the flat bench and you like it, by all means, go for it. But what if we trashed a high incline cable fly, then went to the incline hammer strength press, and then did your flat barbell? So that exercise order changed. You can still do your flat bar that you love, but we're placing it third in rotation when you have less strength, and you can apply more effort and energy to the upper chest fibers. So in my opinion, that's rule number 4 that you need to look and address. And then number 5, and maybe the most important, is you're chasing strength, not pain. And let me tell you what I'm talking about by that. There's lots of guys who are strong benching in the gym. There's guys that come in here elite all the time that move crazy amounts of load, right? But when they strip their shirt off beside me, it looks like they've never trained chest a day in their life. Why? Because they chase strength. 1 rep max on the bench press, 5 for the 5 on the bench press. Like, they want to move load, but what they don't have is the muscle tissue. And that's because they aren't concerned about the pain. Muscle, and I'm talking about the positive pain, not negative pain in the joint, but positive pain. When you feel that ache and burn set in, like you saw in this workout, that's what you gotta run face first and 2 for chest. It's gotta burn, it's gotta ache, it's gotta cramp. Like, you have to get such a skin splitting pump that it feels like you couldn't do one more singular rep. I promise if you change your mindset from see how much weight I can move to see how much perfect I can make my reps, and then how quickly I can get into that pain zone, how long I can stay in there. If you change your mindset to that, I guarantee you, your ego will take a hit because the weight's gonna be down, but the development you have in your chest is gonna be through the roof. So take these 5 tips, apply them to your chest today, and I promise you will watch your chest go from here to up here in a matter of months. But you have to give it time, effort, and energy. It may not be sexy, it may not be fun, it's outside your comfort zone, but those are the secrets, guys. Apply them, do them. Cris TV.